in again. Left of the body, driving it in there as Monzon grabs and holds.
Got to give points to Valdez for aggression.
Well,
and
the way
drive.
he set him up before, Ferdy, if you recall in the knockdown in the second round, Valdez, he jabbed him and then he came in with the right. And now you notice that when Valdez jabs and gets ready to put the right hand on him, that the champion is keeping busy with that left hand in his face. Keep him off balance. Don't let him get set. Oh, he takes Monzon a good chop to the left side of the face on a hook. And again, the referee, Roland Dakin, is talking to the champion, warning him about something. I don't really know what it is at this point.
I didn't see that either.
He didn't gesture whether it was a low blow or holding or... We're in round 8.
Look at the way Valdez put a series of combination of punches together. That's the kind of fighting that is going to require to neutralize Monzon's advantage. It's piling up round by round. Monzon is getting the points up there. As he piles up points, frustration mounts for Rodrigo Valdez.
Round 8. Scheduled for 15. Less than a minute remaining now in the round. Once again, the fighters come to a clinch and, for the most part, separate themselves.
You notice how gentlemanly they are in Europe when they break the fighters? They're used to just saying a few words and having them break. They don't get between them like American referees do and put their hands all over them.
And that's true sportsmanship because, as we said earlier, these fellas, these two fighters really don't have any extra affection for one another. You can't have. You got to go in there and he's your enemy. You've got to be ready for anything. You got to protect yourself, of course, at all times. But you can't be friends. You got to be psychologically, mentally, and everything else ready to go. Less than 10 seconds remaining in round 8. It's coming to you from Monte Carlo. Rodrigo Valdez in the white trunks, trying to take the title away from the champion at round 8. All right, the bell for round 9, and a good show of sportsmanship as Valdez comes out and they touch gloves, something customarily seen only in the United States at the start of the final round.
Low punches to begin. A low hook, which really hit Monzon at the hip. I'm sure that's not meant to happen. By the way, we have not commented, but isn't that a ghastly-looking yellow glove that they have there? I've never seen yellow in a fight. That's really
well, the standard, of course, is a red glove, but
for many years there were black gloves, only black gloves, and brown. Then they went from brown to maroon, from maroon to red, and now we've got Technicolor gloves, all color gloves, light blue gloves, white gloves. But this is the worst color I've seen yet. But back to the action.
They still feel the same when they hit, no matter what color they are. And both of these fighters are feeling the power and the punching of not only the champion right there on the close-up Carlos Monzon, but the worthy challenger, the former WBC champion of the world, middleweight champion Rodrigo Valdez. Backing Monzon now into a corner, and he comes out fighting, and they clinch, and Roland Dakin, the referee, separates him. Yes, Fred?
Notice that every time that Rodrigo starts to mount a body attack, which he's very, very good at, to get under there and mount a body attack, he gets powdered on the way in. Right now, he's fighting very well for the beginning of this round. He's energetic, he's aggressive. He's trying to smother Carlos Monzon, trying to get under that jab and get in there. But Carlos has it all figured out. He just steps back a couple of steps, lets fly 3 or 4 jabs as he's moving back, comes back with the right hand. Just seems to have everything programmed and diagnosed and worked out.
I got a feel that the challenger, Valdez, in the white trunks, since there's been rumor that Monzon could possibly retire after this fight and vacate the title, that Rodriguez is saying, boy, if I get by this guy, I've got it made. I don't have to face him again.
I wouldn't know why Carlos Monzon would want to retire except for boredom of the activity. He's been a champion so long, because I don't think there's anybody in the horizon that can beat Carlos Monzon. He is just a machine. Right now, Rodrigo Valdez is giving it an epic try. He's really trying hard, but as the rounds filter by, oh, look at that. Left and a right, a left and a right. The right hand landing flush on Rodrigo Valdez's chin, and sometimes you have to wonder what is holding Rodrigo Valdez up, because if there's a heavy puncher in this division, it's been Carlos Monzon. They clinch one of the few times in this fight. The referee again with his genteel way of separating the fighters, a hook that did not land, but it was a wonderful idea by Rodrigo Valdez.
Well, we're in round 9. It's scheduled for 15. Again, tremendous action here, exchanging back and forth. Monzon scoring heavily now, which causes Valdez to tie him up. The back and a good right by Monzon, followed by another right at the bell, ending round 9.
We're back in Monte Carlo, middleweight championship action. Carlos Monzon versus Rodrigo Valdez, and we're going to show you in slow motion just what Carlos Monzon has been doing with his right hand. There's a right hand high on the forehead, but he'll come back with it right after the left. The left shows it up, and there's a right hand which buckles Rodrigo Valdez. He cannot take much of that action without his facial tissues beginning to disintegrate, as they're doing right now. The action is about to start. Round 10, bell for round 10, and the fighters are already in the middle of the round, in the middle of the ring, eager to get it on.
And Monzon starts round 10 the way he finished round 9, connecting with the right and then trying another one. Now picking up the pace, the complexion of this fight changing since Monzon was knocked to the deck for a quick 1 or 2 count in round 2 by the challenger Rodrigo Valdez. You can see the pace now being picked up, another right hand, and Monzon now almost able to score at will with his right hand and a very effective jab. He's a master, a boxing master here as you watch him jab, get his opponent off balance, jab him again, right hand. Valdez now looking a bit confused by the punching power and the versatility. Another right hand, another one, slapping him and pushing him across the ring now almost at will does the champion Monzon. Really got the challenger on the run here, and the game challenger Valdez in the white trunks, fighting a tough game guy, trying to come back, a former champion himself, facing, however, one of the great champions in the middleweight division of all time. It's scheduled for 15, and we are midway now through round number 10.
The round has almost gone halfway through, and Valdez has not thrown a meaningful punch until just then. Such is the power of Carlos Monzon and his ability to punch in series of punches. All great fighters have that in common. They don't punch. Wait a minute, it seems like Rodrigo Valdez is bleeding. There's some blood on the shoulder of Monzon. It can only be coming from Rodrigo Valdez, whose face is puffy and is beginning to look like a swamp. It is beginning to open up, and well, it should. The right hands of Monzon have been devastating, and the repetitive lefts, 2, 3, 4 lefts, and then the right hand. That's Carlos Monzon. Look at that, look at that.
Tremendous boxing. Reminds you of the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Look at this, tremendous. Beat him downstairs to the body, again to the head, missing an uppercut that would have put him away or put him in the 3rd row.
What a tough customer Rodrigo Valdez is. He has taken a series of combinations that would have decked anybody. He is some kind of tough cookie. But here comes Monzon again. Remember, as you're watching this fight, the one cardinal sin in boxing is just to throw one punch and nothing else. And what they teach you is a series of combinations. Now you're seeing it in practice. 1, 2, 1, 2. He just doesn't stop with these combinations.
And you wonder, Bertie, at 35 years old, how this man can do this. Where does he get that stamina from? You mentioned earlier, tremendous body condition, and that's what Monzon, the middleweight champion of the world, has.
And
we wind down now on round 10 from Monte Carlo. We're back in Monte Carlo, and we're in the corner of the challenger. Rodrigo Valdez took a tremendous beating from the champion in round 10, and here's a look at it.
And we see, again, the right hands landing and the series of combinations. The fact that Monzon just doesn't punch one punch at a time, but just keeps them coming. And not in any particular rhythm either. Although right there he's doing left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, but then he doubled the right hand and caught him expecting a left. There's Gil Clancy exhorting him on. He's just taking care of the cut. He's a very fine cut man, Gil Clancy. He's upset at the referee.
Okay, round 11, much the same. All Monzon, and the bell now for round 12. And here we go from Monte Carlo. It is scheduled for 15, 1 knockdown, and only that one cut now that you saw being administered to the left eye of the challenger, Rodrigo Valdez.
And Rodrigo Valdez is very far behind in this fight. I don't think that he can make it up. In spite of that brilliant beginning, he cannot make it up unless he really begins to cook on Monzon. Monzon doesn't look like he's going to have any of that. He seems to have picked up this round exactly as the others, in command and really giving a boxing lesson to Rodrigo Valdez. I did not think I'd see the day when Rodrigo Valdez would be so thoroughly outboxed, outthought, and outfought as he has been tonight because of the master